The number one cause of human mortality is not cardiovascular disease or cancer, but meat consumption. Why? Stay with me to explain this to you. Hello and welcome back to Health Relaxing Tube. I am referring to statistics provided by some very prominent researchers on vegetarianism and specifically meat. Dr. Neil Bernard with 37 years of experience. The number of people who lost their lives due to eating meat or getting sick and dying is much higher than the number of people who died in the last century due to all the natural disasters and all the wars and all the accidents. The number one cause of human mortality is not cardiovascular disease or cancer, but meat consumption. When we want to eat meat, we usually do not eat raw meat. First we kill, then we peel it. Then we cut it into pieces, pack each piece and then we buy it from the supermarket. And we cook that meat. When meat is heated, any kind of it, when it is heated, a strange thing happens. Chemicals are formed on the surface of meat that are carcinogenic, which are not normally present in meat. When an animal is tested and its health is confirmed and taken to the slaughterhouse for killing, this animal is not cancerous. But when animal meat is heated, especially for a long time, a series of chemicals are formed. So every time you eat meat, know that you are entering a certain amount of carcinogenic substances into your body. Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn is a specialist physician at the Cleveland Clinic Foundation, author of the popular book Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease and an excellent surgeon with nearly 40 years of experience. He has proven in the longest research that a pure plant diet, without dairy products and eggs, effectively cures heart disease and prevents its progression. He says, most people think that prescribing medication to lower cholesterol and blood pressure or heart surgery can cure their problems, but these are not effective methods. Pills and treatments do not really solve these problems, because they never deal with the root cause of the disease, which is a highly toxic diet. Alan Goldhamer, a researcher, physician, and founder of a subspecialty clinic in California with over 30 years of experience in the field of health, says, the use of heat causes serious problems. 1 kilogram of grilled meat, the size of 600 or 30 packs of cigarettes, contains benzopyrene, a potent carcinogen. It also contains another carcinogen called methylcholanthrene, which is produced by heating meat. In May 2002, a global warning was issued after scientists announced that most of the food we eat contains significant amounts of acrylamide. Acrylamide is a carcinogen as well as a genotoxic poisoning of the hereditary structure, has a negative effect on fertility and is harmful to the nervous system. This substance is formed in fried, cooked and processed foods due to heat in the cooking process. And longer cooking time means more acrylamide formation. This substance is very unpleasant and disgusting, has no reassurance and is still part of our daily diet. Maybe now we can better understand the meaning of a strong toxic diet. This means that those who eat meat every day or at any meal, any kind of meat, actually enter a certain amount of carcinogens into their body. Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn says, we are now in the medical stage, which is like selling a disease. Modern medical education needs to be reviewed and updated. Many doctors today are unaware of what causes epidemics. They are also unaware that the drugs and treatments they prescribe have been shown to be the third most common cause of death. I believe we have done the wrong thing in the medical profession. It is as if we are standing by, watching millions of people marching on a rocky precipice. And after they fall, we take action, and at the last minute we try to save them. Instead, we should teach them how to avoid the abyss completely, and how to parade on the rock so that they never fall. The solution to this problem is clearly daily nutrition. Professor Walter Willett, director of 3 major projects on 300,000 people in 30 years in the United States, on the importance of diet and its relationship to cardiovascular disease and cancer, and author of 4 books and more than 700 scientific papers on the relationship between diet and it is a disease. When asked about the optimal consumption of red meat, he answers, the optimal amount of red meat for humans is 0. Vegetables do not cause any carcinogens during cooking. The formation of heterocyclic amines etc. is specific to animal products, which include the meat of animals, livestock, birds, fish, and eggs. There is now more shocking evidence from years of direct research and observation, showing what is happening in the human body, and the role of animal protein in the development, progression and eventual development, of cardiovascular disease, and cancer, diabetes, and many other diseases. Professor T. Colin Campbell PhD, a professor at Cornell University, who has conducted extensive research on the health effects of food, over the past 45 years. He is the author of the famous and unique book, The China Study, and one of the most prominent figures in the field of health, and the leader of the most comprehensive research in the medical history. He says, animal protein, both direct and indirect, increases the risk of many diseases. The most prominent of which are cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, a large number of diseases of the immune system. We have about 40 types of immune system diseases. Here we want to address why Professor Campbell also mentioned immune system diseases. Well, when animal tissue enters our body, a series of things happen. One of these is that tissue never decomposes completely into raw materials. Only partially decomposes. Some of this tissue enters the bloodstream at the cellular level, and the immune system attacks that tissue, because it is known as a foreign agent. Now, when the immune system attacks one tissue, it attacks all similar tissues in our body. Let me give you an example. When we drink animal milk protein, 78% is casein. Casein never breaks down and enters the bloodstream. As a foreign agent, the immune system starts attacking it. Now the problem is that when it attacks casein, it attacks all the same tissues, like the endocrine glands of the pancreas that produce insulin. Because milk protein is so similar in molecular structure, the pancreas is also attacked. And insulin production is impaired. One of the main causes of diabetes is the use of animal products, especially milk and dairy products. Thank you for being with me. If the content of this video was useful, please consider to like and subscribe. Happy food, happy body.